Britney Spears is one of the greatest singles artists of all time, but the charts don't entirely reflect that. When I think about the pop contemporaries today, I just don't think that anybody matches her track record of just hit song after hit song. For almost 15 years, she delivered distinct eras, traversing sounds from the schoolgirl uniform, accompanied by those heavy-hitting keys of Baby One More Time, to the futuristic EDM sheen of Till the World Ends. It felt like Britney shed her skin with each album, exploring new visual and sonic references. These days, it feels like we reward pop stars for cohesion and branding, but in the 2000s, it was all about earning your stripes as a pop chameleon, and Britney was the ultimate. She could slide over a Neptune's produced beat just as easy as she could move her breathy voice around a ballad. The charts, though, is what I find super interesting because for a world-beating pop star, Britney Spears has a kind of patchy record in the US. Britney Spears had 5 number one singles, 14 top 10 hits, and 36 songs in the Billboard Hot 100. But those stats don't do justice to the actual impact that she had. On a number of occasions, Britney found herself blacklisted from radio and music video playlisting due to her racy, provocative imagery. It's the reason you'll find I'm a Slave for You peaked just inside of the top 30, despite being one of her defining songs. Similarly, Toxic peaked at only number 9, despite being one of the biggest pop songs of all time and a song that now has almost 1.9 billion streams. The truth is, radio programmers didn't always see Britney as a safe choice due to her image and often unfair public reputation. Interestingly, when she entered her conservatorship, her appeal on radio grew and her access to number one singles did too. Of Britney's 5 number ones, 4 of them came after 2007. Of her 14 top 10 hits, 9 of them came after that time as well. The chart stats alone diminish the first decade of her career, but that's the era that has really lasted the test of time. Baby One More Time, Toxic, Oops I Did It Again, Lucky, among others, have been etched into pop music history. On this episode, we attempt to rank the top 10 singles by one of the best singles artists of our generation. I've got Jono here to do that with me. Welcome to the Pop Pod. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you follow or subscribe to us wherever you are listening. It would also be greatly appreciated if you could hit 5 stars and give us a little review. It really helps with getting this podcast out there. We are going to give you our top 10 singles, and I'm going to introduce Jono now to help me do that. Hello, Jono. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so nervous for this episode.
Yeah, this is because basically the Harry Styles ranking one really brought out where our differences lie. I don't know if this will do the same, but I'll be interested to see. This has been difficult because obviously Britney Spears has a lot more singles than Harry Styles has. And we've also whittled it down to just our top 10.
Yeah.
How did you go about this one? Did you just go purely off vibes or was there something more analytical to it?
I went through every single, made a list of the top 30, and then I basically cried for 3 days trying to put it in the top 10. And if you ask me tomorrow what my ranking is and what even is the top 10, it would completely change. But I went off, my analytical process was how much I like the song personally, as well as things like how iconic it is and that's basically
I feel like the
it.
visuals even quite a large part of Britney Spears' singles as well that you kind of can't forget about as you're running through them.
What was your process?
So my process was basically just I made a Spotify list of all of her singles and I just deleted them one by one until I ended up with 10. Well, I've currently got 11. And I'm just going to when we start, just feel out which one's leaving the top 10. Front row, you're going home. But it was really, really difficult. I think if you heard the intro of the podcast, I was talking about how it's crazy that Britney Spears was kind of blacklisted from radio for being too provocative in the US in particular. And so she ended up having 5 number 1 hits, but 4 of them came after the blackout era, which is just wild because like her first couple eras are so iconic. To
It
think
doesn't
that
make any
4 number
sense.
1s came after blackout is just crazy to me.
Also, what Britney's too like provocative.
Yeah, I know. Well, I
Like,
guess yeah, I guess they like particularly they took issue with like I'm a slave for you and boys. Um
yeah.
and they did a similar thing with Christina Aguilera and Dirty, which is so funny to think of now. Like we're now in a timeline where WAP went to number 1, you
I
know?
was gonna
Like,
say it's so far. I mean, there is obviously a lot of like conservatism and stuff, but like it's so far from where we are now. Also, what are they gonna ban Elvis's songs on because his hips are swinging too much?
oh
Like,
no, the boys were
no.
fine. Like Justin Timberlake
Yeah.
never got any of this kind of treatment.
Yeah. It's
It's
ridiculous. Also,
wild.
I don't understand how like, Rihanna is like always in like the top 10 of Spotify stream listeners, which obviously is
Yeah.
like deserved, but like Britney's like 75th or something. And I was like, how is she that low?
Is she really?
She's like
Oh, yeah,
so
you're
far
right. She's
down.
73rd.
Yeah, like what? And I actually asked, oh my God, so
Mm.
embarrassing. I tried to an icebreaker at a work event yesterday and I said, what's your favorite Britney Spears song? It went down like a lead balloon. Two were like, I couldn't even name one song. And then one person was like, I'm too young. I haven't listened to her very much. And I was like, well, now I feel ancient. And what am I going to say next in the conversation?
But I feel like she's the kind of artist that would have permeated, like, generations, you know?
That's
In
what
the
I
same way that,
thought.
like, we didn't grow up with ABBA, but we knew every ABBA song. Madonna,
Yeah,
too. Like, we never grew up with her, but we grew up with some of her, but, like, we knew the classics.
exactly. I feel
She
like she's
opened
just
the schools.
underrated. Open schools.
Yeah, I do feel like that too. I don't know if maybe like her kind of press and like public image over the past 10 years has almost cast a
Yeah.
shadow on her discography, but she still has huge moments. Like Toxic has 1.8 billion, Give Me More's over a billion, Baby One More Time over a billion, and Oops, I Did It Again also over a billion. So that's 4 billion streamers,
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
definitely.
don't know why. I mean, it'll just take one song to go viral on TikTok and like she'll hopefully have the Rihanna moment. Or maybe like a tour. Maybe like a greatest hits tour would do it. Not that we're probably ever gonna see that, but
I know. But how hasn't she got more TikTok moments? Like her listening to her singles, I'm like, any of this could be a TikTok clip. Like,
totally. Like Womanizer is just begging to be TikTokified, I feel like.
yeah. All three. Just
Yeah.
like three pictures or something. I don't
The
know.
very Is there a Britney era that stands out to you as being like either the most iconic or the one that you feel the most connected to? Um, I guess based on like what you really loved growing up.
That is such a good question because it would be so different when I was growing up to what I think now. But
Mm.
Blackout, I think, is like the most iconic era, mostly
But
because
did you
that's
think that at the time?
no,
Because I remember thinking
yeah,
that era was a hot mess at the time.
same. So that's the thing. When it came out, that's when I think I fell for the zeitgeist of like, oh, she's like a mess and doesn't even want to do this, and she's not even singing on some of the songs, and so it was kind of like fun pop, but it wasn't taken like that
Yeah.
seriously. And then
Yeah.
after, it's just like the biggest 180 where I was like, oh my God, like I've fallen into the trap of like judging it, and actually it's such an iconic piece of art.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's the most iconic, apart from singles, like obviously like music videos and stuff. What's
Yeah, the
yours?
music videos weren't really giving during that era, but I think I have to agree with you in hindsight, Blackout, because I think that's the most inventive and kind of the one that feels like the most uniquely Britney.
Yeah.
Um, But I guess from growing up, like, I really remember Baby One More Time really well as
Yeah,
being,
same.
like, one of my first kind of CDs, and I just remember, like, that music video for Baby One More Time so well. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess after that, like, when I started growing up a bit, I kind of lost interest with her, and I knew that she existed, but, like, it wasn't until Blackout that I was, like, really kind of knew that I was interested in what she was doing, even if I wasn't totally on board with it. And since going
Yeah.
back, I've realized that like that first run of what 5 albums is like pretty faultless, I think. And then
Yeah.
Circus, she obviously gets it together. I think that Femme Fatale is probably like her best like late era
Mhm.
Britney album. Glory's pretty good. The Britney Jean one is atrocious, but
Not that Britney Jane.
but I
Also,
don't
she's
think
had hits from every era really, apart from maybe
100%.
Britney
Well, even
Jane.
Britney Jean, she had Work Bitch. And then Glory, I think Glory's the one that doesn't really have a hit. I mean, Make Me to an
Oh,
extent, but not
yeah.
really.
Yeah,
But yeah,
okay.
Femme Fatale is like one of her most successful eras.
Mm.
That had like Hold It Against Me, Till the World Ends, I Wanna Go, like bangers only.
She has one of the most interesting careers, and also bangers only. The reason we're doing this episode is shout out Shaz. She suggested we do it, and literally she was like, "There's so many bangers," and I
Yeah,
think like our partying days or like early partying days or uni days and stuff were filled with like that kind of era.
100%. Yeah, like there is something that just like unlocks a millennial on the dance
Yeah,
floor. Like, Gimme More is just the minute you hear that, it's Britney, bitch. It's like the
yeah,
millennials assemble.
literally.
Is there a song, just before we get into the ranking, it doesn't have to be a single, but is there like a song that you find from her like particularly underrated? And if it is a single, if it's on your list, don't say it.
Um, okay, I'm gonna say one which is not on my list, but nearly made it. I'm Not a Girl.
Mm.
Um, because I think her ballads are really underrated. Because when me and my friends talk about her, we often think of the like high tempo bops and like the
Yeah.
bangers, or some of the like iconic ones like "Hit Me Baby One More Time," etc. And I think that is like if Adele fucking whipped that out on a piano, it would go to number one. I think like I don't know, the melody on it is
Sienna
crazy.
Spiro, maybe.
Like
Now.
literally, Sienna, if you're listening, cover it. What would yours be?
I think mine as a non-single is How I Roll off Femme Fatale. Like, I just love that song so much. I think it's like the beginning of hyperpop. It's just so perfect for where her like voice and kind of attitude was at that point in her career. So I love
Yeah,
that one. But there's so many that
yeah,
I feel that way about, like, particularly off Blackout. I think there's so many good ones. Toy Soldier, Freak Show, Radar is one that missed out on my list, but I really, really like it.
yeah.
Getting 10 together was really hard.
It really this if anything, this has just made me be like, I'm in my Britney Spears Renaissance. I want to go back and like dive everything and watch like documentaries about like her pop career. Not so much
Yeah,
like I know a lot of it is, and we won't get into it very much. I know a lot of it's like tainted with controversy, but like her actual
yeah.
just pure pop career, I don't know. I'm like kind of obsessed.
Yeah, it's incredible. And also, I think because of the public controversies, she often gets her autonomy stripped from her.
Yeah,
But if you look at a lot of her early works, like the creative hand that she has in it is quite impressive. Like she has lots of production credits on In the Zone in particular. And like you really start to see her like feeling out her way musically around Britney too.
yeah,
So I just feel like she kind of doesn't get the recognition that she deserves for carving out her own sound. Like the narrative that we were kind of spun is she was just a doll being like
yeah,
plopped into certain situations and scenarios. But all the producers who worked on her with her during Blackout, probably like the time in which her public image was the most shattered, they all like have very like memorable stories about working with her and about the kind of like creative control that she was bringing to the table. So like
Yeah.
Blackout is definitely sort of coming from her mind.
Also,
But
don't you think with like the way she sings, I can hear every fucking punctuation, like, and I think that's
yeah.
something you can't really teach. Like, she is able to sound vulnerable and confident at the same time, and like you hear the
Yeah.
commas and the ellipses and the exclamation mark and stuff, and the enunciation. Like, you can sing every word because you know it without having to Google the fucking
Yeah.
lyrics. Like, you just know it immediately.
The tone and character of her voice is everything with
Yeah,
Britney. She's one of the most like easy to mimic pop stars because she has such a distinguished style, more so
yeah,
than nearly any of her contemporaries, I think.
yeah. That's so
Incredible.
true.
Let's start with the ranking. Do you want to go first with your 10 and then we'll just like snake back and forth until we get to number 1?
Yeah, perfect. I was about to start with number one. Just
Just
ruin
give it
the
away
whole
immediately.
episode. Literally. Um, okay, my number 10 is Gimme More, which is basically what you just said. I feel like It's Britney Bitch is probably her most iconic line. And this was an absolutely iconic way to start that era. Um, so for that line alone, this is in it. But also it has like a special place in my heart because it just feels like it's Britney being like fun and like playful. And also her moment just being like stop underestimating me. I'm like the Britney Jean Spears. I don't know. I'm like I feel like a proud parent of this song, even though like at the time it was like kind of really rinsed. You know what I mean?
Totally rinse. Remember, like, there was that press image, which I think is the album cover as well, that they were just using over and over and over again. Like, she just really did what felt like minimal work for this era in terms of the visual aesthetic of it. But it kind
Yeah.
of works for the music video of Give Me More. Like, the low fineness of it just makes it even cooler now, I think. And I feel
Yeah.
like so much of Addison Rae's aesthetic comes from this kind of like Give Me More era Britney.
Yeah. I agree.
I won't
Um,
say too much more
okay.
for personal reasons. But my number 10 is Lucky. So the two I was tossing up between is You Drive Me Crazy and Lucky.
Yeah.
I think that they're both like two sides of a similar coin. But I just think like the girlishness of Lucky is really endearing at this point in her career. And like the foreshadowing of this almost tragic, like, career is quite sad to listen to now, even though obviously she didn't know what was coming for her. Like Lucky weirdly predicts that. And there's just this like melancholic feeling to it that I feel now when I listen to
Mm.
Lucky. But on top of that, it's just a banging melody. Like it's so, so good the way that she just like goes into like, she's so lucky. Like it just feels
Sing it again.
instantly memorable. But she cry. I don't know. For me, it feels like one of her most defining songs. And every time I hear this come on, I just think about her entire career, really.
Yeah.
And I also think about Halsey's Lucky.
Well, speaking it, well, you know what? Halsey's got more Spotify monthly listeners than Britney does. That's what I found
There
out
you
when I
go. Lucky
Googled
probably
that.
has more streams from
So,
Halsey than for Britney.
okay, I won't say too much more on that as well because I feel like, it might
I'm
appear.
assuming that a lot of the songs we're going to be mentioning, we both are. So if you
Yeah,
hear kind of radio silence from the other after them, you
that's
can
fine.
probably assume that it's in the list somewhere.
Or it's an absolute stunned mullet because we're like, how could you put that in the
Like,
top
why did
10?
you put that there?
Okay, my number 9 is Oops, I Did It Again. Which I feel like for a lot of people it might be quite high on the list, but even though it is like one of the peaks of Britney really, and it's such a like flirty, confident song, Obviously the music video is like fucking amazing. And I'm not that innocent. It's just like the way she sings I'm not that. No. I'm too tired to try
We're
to
both trying to sing today.
mimic
Singing,
Britney, literally.
singing band on the podcast.
I forgot I was gonna try and start the pod and just be like, it's the pop pod, bitch. And I literally can't even bring myself to do that. But I love this song and I really want it to be my list. I think the reason why it's lower is because it's not a song that I like revisit personally. Like I wouldn't be like
Right.
making a Sunday roast and be like, I'm gonna put that on. It's a song like if I heard it in a club, I'd be
That's your
like,
scenario.
yeah, literally. If I'm making a roast, what am I gonna put on my Sunday sing-alongs? And like, I wouldn't put that. I'd put other songs of Britney ahead of it. That's my lit. I should
Can't
have said
believe
that
you've
in my
even got
analysis.
Britney on the Sunday roast playlist. Like I'm just imagining you like wailing Celeste or something.
Yeah, well, some of Britney's songs you can wail as well.
That is
crying
true. That is true.
crying into roast potatoes, adding salt to the gravy. Um, so number 9 is "Oops, I Did It Again." Oops. I don't even know how you fucking say it.
Oops. Oops.
Oops.
It's not Lana. It's not Oopsie Daisy Woohoo.
Oh my god.
My number 9 is "I'm a Slave for You." I feel like this is one of the coolest sounding Britney songs. Like a real, just like strong, iconic moment to kick off this era with. And obviously going from like what was more of a girly sound, I think you could say, with like the first 2 albums, and there was something like very young about it in the best way. I think that this was like such an immediate shedding of skin and just like stepping into something that was quite
Yeah.
sexy immediately. Like I think when you think I'm a slave for you, you automatically think of the snake around her neck at the VMAs. I also like the breathiness of her voice in this song because I think the spaciousness of like I'm pretty sure it's Neptune's Pharrell production. Surely. Yeah, it is. I just think that works really well. And it also was the start of an era for her where she was being viewed as quite provocative. Which is funny because I don't think looking back on this song that it's that like shocking at all. But "I'm a
No.
Slave for You" doesn't even go top 20, which is crazy. Not a single song from this record goes into the top 20, which is nuts because radio basically just barred "I'm a Slave for You."
But this is the same conversation we're gonna have in the future where songs that are more iconic won't have the chart success. Like,
Yeah, true.
we've seen now with like Changing the Rules or, albums going to number 1 with like vinyls and stuff. Like, that's an epitome of that moment. But honestly, I'm shook that wasn't even like top 20 because that felt like one of the biggest moments.
It is such a huge moment. And I'm pretty sure internationally, like, it is a big moment. I'm just checking now. But yeah, in Australia, it goes to number 7. In the UK, it goes to number 4. But in the US, it peaks at number 27.
That
Insane.
what?
And I'm pretty sure every single from that album just flops in the US, basically.
Also, I know she has international success, but I always just assume she had the most success in the US. I'm actually shook by this.
No, yeah, the US was really nasty to her. Even "I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman," it doesn't even chart on the Billboard Hot 100. It's number 2 on Bubbling Under, despite the fact that it went to
Not bubbling under.
Not Bubbling Under, the main chart. Despite the fact that it was number 7 in Australia again and number 2 in the UK.
The UK always gets it though. They actually
The
get pop
UK
music.
The UK actually always has the best chart stats, I have to say.
Yeah. Like Rihanna's had the most success here. Like, I just think it makes sense.
It's just crazy.
"I'm a Slave for You" reminds me of our dynamic because I'm your slave and you're a snake. So it's kind of similar.
Wow. I'm hanging up now. I'll do the rest by myself. All right, give me your number 8.
Oh, here you
After
are bossing me
slave
around,
accusations.
literally. Yeah, I know. Proof in the pudding. Um, okay, number 8 is Piece of Me, which some of me and Sam's lore is that there's lost footage of us singing
Oh
this
my
on your
gosh.
iMac when we were like 16, 17 or
Because we
whatever.
worked out you could use the auto tune function on GarageBand.
And there's also like that, was it like photo booth or something? And there's like the 4
Yeah.
thing of us singing it. You've never heard, I won't name names, but some of our friends who couldn't sing in time. But I couldn't find the note, even with the
They
auto
wouldn't be
tune
listening
filter
to this
on.
anyway.
Yeah, but we've got lost tapes of that. But this is just like,
And
also, why
that's
is
why
she
it's on the
sneaking off to the
list.
Philippines? Just like so iconic. Um yeah, I don't know. The storytelling, it just feels like a big moment and a big like fuck you to all of the kind of criticism she gets. And I think the music video was actually really good because it made people think like, yeah, look at the fucking shit she's dealing with. She's not like
Yeah.
hiding about it. She's like, yeah, I'm getting like taped everywhere and stuff. Um,
This was also like in the peak of the storm. Like, this is when it is
yeah,
all happening. And to have a song that is so literal and so autobiographical and so like fuck you in the same moment that it's happening, like this isn't in retrospect, I think is kind of amazing. And I can't really think of another pop star being this intentional with a single like while they're going through it. Maybe Ariana Grande, Thank You Next, but like I
yeah,
can't think of much else.
yeah, true. It's kind of Pace Me kind of gives the same as like Do You What You Want by Gaga, where it's like, you know,
Minus the
someone.
R. Kelly of it all.
Well, I mean her Christina Aguilera version.
Of course.
Which also there's lost tapes of Gaga's music video. Anyway, I'm not getting derailed by talking about Gaga again. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like this probably won't make your top 10, but it is for me, and maybe won't make a lot of people's. But
I
it's
actually
like,
think it does make a lot of people's top 10.
do you
I
think?
mean,
Okay,
before this, I did a bit of research after I made my list into what other people had on theirs. And ID had Piece of Me as number one.
really? Okay, well that
Yeah,
makes it feel better. I was worried I
which
was
is
gonna get
interesting.
judged.
The
Okay,
lore
what's
of this is
your?
also that there's a Robin version of Piece of Me. She sings the demo for it, which is quite funny given that like the lyrics are just totally about Britney, but like, yeah, amazing
This was
stuff.
originally Sexistential, but this is what's off the back of Sexistential. Okay, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is also from Blackout, but it's Break the Ice. Um, I think similarly in It's Britney Bitch being an iconic opening, that It's Been a While, like intro to Break the Ice is also iconic. I think that the production on this is so incredible. Like Danger on this one just goes so hard. It like bridges pop music and hip hop music together so beautifully. The beat is insane. And then I think Britney like does a really strong delivery as well. It's just one of the coolest sounding pop songs. And actually, when I asked the question, what is the perfect pop song? Like this one has been in the deliberation process for quite a few
Okay.
artists. And I have to agree. I think that it is such a good song.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I feel like you
Um,
feel differently.
no, I'm just, well, spoiler alert, I didn't put it in my top 10. And
Yeah.
now they're explaining it, I'm just like, oh, maybe I do like the song more than I feel
It's a
like you're
sleeper
convincing
because
me.
it
I
wasn't in
know.
mine. And then when I was putting it together and doing my last run through all her albums, I was like, oh, I can't forget this one.
I know. I just feel like maybe replayability for me is not as high as other songs, and that's potentially why. But I do think you're
Okay.
right. Oh god, I'm questioning everything.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Um, okay, my number 7 is Sometimes, which I think is one of her best
Oh,
ballads as well. The chorus is
yeah.
just like absolutely beautiful, and she sounds like, I don't know, like I said in the beginning, with every syllable in this song, she's so believable, and her voice sounds so pure, and
Yeah.
like she's one of the few artists I think that can sing in like cursive and pull it off because like
Mm.
often when people sing in like that cursive or like I don't know how to explain it, like tone, it's fucking irritating. And she
Mm.
never does that in an irritating way or has did that in an irritating way. Um and like
Yeah.
vulnerability, like it's just like epitome of her being like vulnerable.
Yeah, this
I love
one
that.
just missed out on my top 10, but I was really flirting with putting it in. But I couldn't figure
Mm,
out if it's just because I have like kind of nostalgic memories of this from being a kid and like seeing that music video of like her on the wharf or the pier or wherever she is doing it. Like it's so, you're right, it's so pure and so girly and like
yeah.
she sounds really good in this kind of mode and it like makes you sort of miss it. Like, I don't know, the innocence is almost like sad to listen to now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Oh,
But
Brittany.
yeah, great song. I love Sometimes. It's really good.
Yeah. Okay, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is I went back and forth so much on this, but it's I Wanna Go from Femme Fatale. I almost put Till the World Ends on, but there's just something about I Wanna Go that feels like a lightning bolt like through you. It's just like got this real energy to it. And I feel like EDM music at this point was kind of I guess at the beginning of getting a little oversaturated. But
Yeah.
Britney does it in such a cool way, and she never this is true of all of her music actually. It never feels like she's following a trend. It always feels like she's at the beginning of the curve, you know, which I feel like is always a good place to be. And that's certainly what I Wanna Go feels like. The way that her voice I love how she's not afraid, like, even though she gets so many accusations about, like, miming and her not having a strong voice and stuff like that, she's not afraid to, like, let the computer play with her voice, and I think on I Wanna Go, the
Mm,
computer is what makes this so good because it just, like, warps her voice in the best way and takes it to such crazy places in the chorus that just like the adrenaline rush from it is just maximized. I think this is such a moment. And this album in general is actually like I have so much affection for it.
yeah. I Wanna Go is such a dance floor filler. Like,
So good.
it is so good.
Do you think it's
Um,
more of a dance floor filler? Like if you're just out of a club or whatever and they put on and there's a choice of like Hold It Against Me, Till the World Ends, or I Wanna Go, which one do you think like fills the dance floor?
I think Hold It Against Me, the girls would go more crazy, and Till the World Ends, and I Wanna Go, the gays and theys would go more crazy.
Yeah. I feel like Hold It Against Me just doesn't have the same I don't know. For me, it's not as good as the other two.
Yeah, but everyone would just scream like, "You feel like where
Yeah,
I."
that melody's really strong.
Yeah. I really wanna test it at a party. Can you test it at one of your parties and just
I'll
see
test it. I'll
do a
DJ.
focus
I'll play
group?
all three and see.
Yeah. Do it and see which one Bianca dances to while she's cooking or sings along to, and that can be the test.
Okay,
Me at the
what's
end
your
of every
number?
workday just blasting I Wanna Go.
Yeah, I want to go for the Sunday roast. That's the vibe.
Yeah.
What's your
Um,
next one?
what are we even up to? Oh, yeah, okay. Number 6. I'm so delirious today. I feel like I'm stoned. Um,
Perfect.
number
We're
6
yet to
is
do an intoxicated episode. We should.
I know, we should. My next one is Baby One More Time, which
Mm.
obviously like the signature few beats, the beginning of the song, you know exactly what song it is. I do think it's one of the best produced like pop songs. Um, Britney does this thing where like, or a lot of her singles, I don't know if you feel like this, the choruses often have like a lot of layers of her voice. And sometimes it feels like she's almost like the ringleader of a girl group. And it
Yeah.
works in like a really positive way. Like it just feels like, I don't know, like she's the iconic standout group leader. I think something like this song
Well,
makes me feel like that.
was Baby One More Time not initially for a girl group or a boy band?
Oh, was it? Maybe. I don't know the law.
Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure that it was. It was for
So-
TLC.
Oh my god, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I knew that. Yeah, of course.
which makes sense actually that you say that because I agree there's something really girl group about this song, but she owns
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, maybe they should do a remix where TLC is just in the background, bring them back. Beat
I don't know if
TLC.
you felt the same, but there's something about this song just being so iconic. Like, I think in terms of imagery and just that opening, like those opening keys of this song, like it feels bigger than a list like this. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like my personal feelings towards this song, I don't even know what they are because it's just bigger than anything, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the biggest, greatest pop songs of all time.
Yeah,
Um,
literally. I can so imagine TLC singing this as well and it being just as iconic.
Yeah, it would have been a hit, definitely. But there's
Yeah.
something about Britney's vocals on this
Yeah.
song that just sells it. Anyway, moving on to my number 6, which is Stronger. Um, I think Stronger is like maybe her most powerful chorus. Like this to me is the Britney Spears karaoke song because
Yeah.
it's just so anthemic the way that she goes for it in that chorus. It's like almost on the nose, this song, but I don't even care. It's like the production is very of the time. It's very like, this is very like flying cars, like millennium sort of vibes to it, and a bit
Flying
of a
cars.
well, you know, like the future that everybody was envisioning around this time. Like every music video was like in space, flying
Yeah,
cars,
yeah, yeah.
like a Backstreet Boys larger than life kind of
Yeah.
vibes. And so it feels quite dated, but that melody like remains. It's just really, really strong. And actually like one of the best Max Martin like cuts as well, I think. But
Yeah.
again, like it's all about Britney Spears and the way that she delivers this one. I've just always thought that this was one of her specialist songs. Specialist?
Specialist. A
Special that
specialist
makes it sound
flying
like she's
car
a
song.
shut up.
Okay, my number 5 is Crazy or You Drive Me Crazy, but specifically
Okay.
the Stop remix where she just screams stop
Oh, like the
at like
music
2
video
minutes.
version.
Yeah. And it's just like
That was enough to get it
such
all the way to number 5.
yeah. Just go stop. I think alongside Stronger, like you were saying, these songs are like sisters to me. Like they have
Yeah, they're quite
really
similar.
similar ways or like maybe formulas, I guess, but not in like a boring way. Just like feel like the essence of like classic kind of Britney. And this, if I'm like mildly irritated by anything, I can put this song on and you know what? I'm gonna add this to the Sunday sing-alongs.
You're gonna have to share the Sunday roast playlist
Yeah, I
now.
know. I can just roast anyone who's annoying me while I'm roasting the potatoes and sing stop. The timer goes off.
I need to see that bit again.
Yeah, it's
This is
so
on her first
good.
album, yeah.
I can't even remember. Now I'm
Yeah, I
like, 'cause
think
I just went
yeah,
through
it
all the
is.
singles.
It's just like so there's something so high school about this song and all the visuals that come with that as well. I don't know, it feels like really
Yeah.
naive and like really teenage as well. And I like that it doesn't like age itself at all.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay,
Okay,
what's your number
my
5?
number 5 is Baby One More Time, which was just before For You. Like,
Yeah.
there's really not much more you can say about this song at this point. It just is what it is, and it will always be, you know? Like, but it's
I know
just
exactly what you mean.
etched itself so hard into the pop canon that it's never going to be erased at
Yeah.
all and will always be Britney's kind of defining song, I think, just
Yeah.
because it is like does encapsulate everything that she does so well. Like it's alluring and like it's a little sexy, but it's like also quite like strong and like a bit of a fuck you anthem as well. Like, I don't know if it is truly fuck you, but it feels like it's got a bit of fuck you in there. There's a bit of attitude.
There's cheek, yeah, there's attitude and cheekiness and stuff.
Yeah. And is there like a better 2 seconds to the start of a song than da-na-na?
Yeah.
It's just like we talked about like what would bring everybody to the floor, and that is the kind of thing that would bring everybody to the floor. That banana,
Yeah.
so good. And at a time when like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC are kind of ruling the airwaves, this felt like Britney just with that sound, just like completely clearing the way and being like, I have arrived and I'm gonna be the biggest fucking pop star on the planet. And she does it.
It did, yeah, it did feel like it was like, "I'm fucking here and I'm here to stay." Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like these days, I think artists debut and it's all about like rolling things out carefully and like establishing the image. But this was like, I've got one song and you're going to know all about me in one song. And that's just so rare these days.
Yeah. Also, I'm trying to even think of, like, any songs, pop songs in the last, like, 5 years that I would know based off the first 2 notes that, like, that's canon like that.
Yeah, I
Um,
honestly can't think.
Especially just, like, 2 notes.
I can't think of any.
The only other thing I could think of was fucking Jaws. Like, the movie.
Sure. I
Dunno.
mean, I think there's certain ones. Maybe like levitating or something. I don't know, but that's not that iconic an opening.
Yeah,
I
like,
honestly
literally.
I honestly don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
which
Nothing's
proves
as
that
strong as that. It's just got
no.
holds such a weight. What is your number 4?
Well, that leads into nothing as strong as that. My number 4 is Stronger, which obviously, when you were speaking
We've
about it, I
talked
was
about.
like, "Oh, I'm about to speak about it again." You know what? Something weird happened with this song where I always liked it, but I watched have you seen Peppermint lip sync to it on Drag Race? I know I've only seen, like, a bit of Drag Race.
No,
Um
I haven't seen any of it actually.
Oh, fine. Basically, Peppermint, a really iconic, like, drag queen, lip syncs to this song in the finale. And now, because of that, every time it comes on, me and Harry like do the clap, like in that bit, because that's what like Peppermint did. And it just like really completely changed my perspective about it being one of my favorites, I think. Because
Yeah.
it's like, and you said, I think for this song, like it is on the nose, but it's kind of like it pulls it off essentially. Like it doesn't matter like that it's on the nose. Like it is just
Yeah,
like
it
a really
leans
uplifting
into
song.
like its
Yeah.
cheesiness. And that is why it works so well for a drag performance, or like as I said, it's like the karaoke song of hers.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
undeniable. Like it just feels so good. Like really try and hate this song. You
I
people will
know.
say they hate it. I don't believe it.
Also, it's so similar to like Crazy where it's just like the melody and the like staccato in her voice and everything, like it just works.
Yeah. Okay, my number 4 is this might be a little controversial putting this one ahead of Baby One More Time, but it's Oops, I Did It Again. And the reason that I love this so much is because she basically repeats the same formula. Yeah. Like, this is the first single for her second album. And she's like, what if I just do Baby One More Time again? But what if I just like update it a bit, make it a bit more futuristic and make it a little sexier, like show that I'm growing up and see if that works. And somehow for me, she does it better. I just think the progression melody wise and the chorus on this one just really scratches something in my brain. It just goes a little like it flies a little higher than the chorus of Baby One More Time for me. And it just totally works. And the idea of like, it kind of saying that like it could have been a fluke that her first era did so well and that like it was
True.
all like the timing was perfect for her, but it's not going to happen again. And then to come back with like a certified hit and say oops, I did it again is so iconic and just like continues this tradition that Britney often has of like breaking the fourth wall of pop stardom, almost like something that she does
Yeah.
on Piece of Me. And she does it again, like here on Oops, I Did It Again for the first time, maybe. The music video, also iconic. The red jumpsuit, I think, is like the Halloween costume that people go to if they're going to reference Britney Spears. I just think that it
Yeah.
was so cleverly done. And like, if we're talking reheated nachos, like this is the way to do it.
Yeah. Also, you're mispronouncing it. It's actually pronounced oops.
Sorry. Oopsie daisy woohoo.
Oopsie daisy. Yeah, she did do it again. You're right about the fourth wall thing as well. I hadn't thought of that when I was like listening and picking.
It's
But
just so playful. Like I really love
yeah,
how it really just gets up in people's faces.
yeah, literally. And it is really similar. Um, oh, I just want to like go back
Put
and
them
listen
all
to
in the
this
top
stuff.
five.
I
Well,
know.
I'm so interested now because I feel like there's got to be a couple that actually there's definitely two that I think are in both of our top threes.
I don't even
Surely.
know what's left for yours. Um, okay, my number 3 is Every Time, um, which is like one of my favorite ballad of hers. I just think like the strings in it really elevate it, and the melody is like you cannot deny how it's like you just want to sing along to it. Um, I feel like she's underrated with pulling off slow songs. I don't think people talk about her as like maybe it's kind of like a Rihanna, where people just focus on the bangers and how fun they were, but actually like some of their ballads are like some of the best ballads in pop
Yeah.
history, and people don't like align with them for that. Get
Yeah.
Adele singing this as well. Just get Adele covering all the Britney
Adele does
ballads. That's all I
Britney in
want.
Vegas. That's what we want. Well, I think we should
That's
just
exactly
move
what I
on
want.
because I disagree. We should just go to my number three, which is also Every Time.
No, okay.
I just thought so we can talk about it together because I
Yeah,
totally
perfect.
agree with what you're saying. Um,
Yeah,
it's
why
just
is that
like
your third?
it's just the best Britney Spears ballad, obviously. And it's so bizarre for a single, like because it's so minimal. Like it sounds like one of those boxes that you open up and the ballerina like spins. They're really
Yeah,
creepy. But that kind
yeah,
of works for this, like the creepiness of it is so perfect. And in the heat of her being under this scrutiny, being followed by the paparazzi, to once again showcase that in the music video while it's happening to her and also bring to the forefront the fragility of her character, I think is so beautiful. And like so many of her songs, like we've said, are quite anthemic and quite larger than life. But this one is the one that just like really pulls it all back in. And it's so heartbreaking. I remember even seeing this song and music video as a kid and like feeling this like deep sadness for her. Like the
yeah,
bathtub scene is just like totally heartbreaking.
yeah. Not
It's
you when you were a kid being like, oh.
not me having empathy as a child.
Yeah. You lost that years ago. Now you're like, I'll move on.
Yeah, they're the ones who usually turn out to be psychopaths. But yeah, this is a good number three from both of us. So well done.
Yeah,
I almost pushed
I'm
this higher, to be honest. I
yes,
really
was
love it
yeah.
so much. It's like a big personal favorite of mine.
Saying this was actually my number 2, and then I moved it to number 3, but I could interchange it. Okay, my
Okay,
number
what's your
2
number two then?
is it made your top 10, but I think it was much further down. It's Lucky.
Ah,
Um,
amazing.
Early morning. Oh, that was I don't know
She
what that
likes
was.
the breathiness is really hard to get.
It
People say that it's
is.
easy, that her voice isn't good, but you try it yourself. Where
People
proof.
always fucking say that and they can't replicate it. And I'm just like,
Right.
what? I swear that Addison or something where they talk about like you're trying too hard and she's like, well, maybe you should try more. And it's just like, well, yeah, if you think it's easy, do it yourself. It's
Yeah,
not easy.
exactly. And also, it's not
Um,
about having a strong voice, it's about having a voice that has character. But anyway, go on about
exactly. And
Lucky.
it's stuff. Anyway, um, the storytelling is like quite obvious, but I think it really works for her. And like you say, it's kind of like haunting about potentially the like foreshadowing of some of her career. Also, Benito Skinner, Benny Drama made me love this
Yeah.
song even more because I'm pretty sure, oh God, maybe someone fact check me on this. I'm pretty sure he used this to like a video of him dancing to it when he was like a young boy as like to pitch overcompensating the TV show. Actually, Benny Drama
Ah,
and Mary Beth both remind me of Britney so much because they just like love her and talk about her all the time on Ride the Pod. Shout out
yeah.
Ride the Pod. Um, and
Fellow
it
podcasters, not as
fellow
successful as
podcasters, we've got
us,
to
but
get them
they'll
on.
get there.
Yeah, they're trying. They'll get up to our streaming number soon. But the final chorus, like the melody, like this is I don't know, like one of her best songs. And I think like
Yeah,
one
it's
of the best
perfect.
pop songs. Like I don't think you can really critique it apart from the obvious storytelling, which again it just works for her. And like this song.
It's like an unfiltered version of pop music in that like it's not trying to be cool. It's not trying to like
Yeah.
hit any experimental notes. It's just being like, what if I gave you the stickiest fucking melody ever? Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna deal with that? And we dealt with it. And it
Yeah, the
was dealt
melody
with.
is like glue. Like I don't think you can
Totally.
get away from it.
No.
Also, to anyone who's listening and you haven't done a recent like dive into Britney's songs, I implore you to do it because
Yeah.
you'll be so pleasantly surprised about how top quality everything is, I think. And this is a song where I was like re-listening and I was like, there's no way I can't put this at least in the top three.
Yeah, no, I totally understand this placement for it. Like my personal feelings towards this song, I feel like would push it a little bit higher. I don't know why I ended up having it so low, slash not even in the top 10. I nearly had it at 11.
Yeah, that's true. No, they didn't make the cut. Okay,
But yeah,
what's
I
your
co-sign this positioning for you.
thanks?
My number 2 was also in your top 10, but a lot lower, and it's Give Me More. I
Yeah.
just think that this is like classic Britney. I think if like Baby One More Time defines like early era Britney, then Give Me More defines late era Britney. Not that it was super late, but like later, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so fucking cool, this song. Like, it's so cool. When you think about like the songs that are going to define this sort of generation, like songs from Brat and songs by Billie Eilish, like some of the darker stuff early on, and then even like, I don't know, like even some of the rap music that's come out from people like Doechii as well. And then you think of Give Me More, like it's just in that lineage. It's one of those pop songs that just feels like rebellious and gritty and dirty, and like that beat just goes so hard. Again, like the way Danger is bringing hip hop and urban sounds into the pop world, and also the fact that like the music video is in a strip club, but this also sounds like kind of strip club, like sticky, grimy music. I just think it is one of the coolest pop songs of all time, and nobody could pull it off better than Britney Spears in that era of her life. You know, like it was
Yeah.
perfect for it. It's like she was almost just like, you want to come get me? Like, come get me. Like, I'll give you everything that you want right now. And that is just like such
Yeah.
it's just so provocative. I mean, if they thought her earlier music was provocative, like this is provocative. It's
She's
incredible.
okay twigsing around the pole in the music video. She's
Yeah,
loving it.
maybe with slightly less grace than FK Twigs. I'm seeing her on Saturday, actually.
Oh, FKA, just catching
Yeah,
up for a coffee.
yeah. We're just heading out, just going out to catch a film.
Pole dancing lessons together. Imagine you and FK in a pole together. Um, okay, I actually did. Now that you say that, I remember you when we were younger being obsessed with Give Me More, and so this does really make sense that it's your number two.
I think this was my entry into really like
Yeah,
being interested, not so much in Britney Spears, but like really in the like sonic world and the producers that were working with her. I just thought it
yeah,
was like such a cool sounding thing. You know, when you
yeah,
hear something for the first time as a kid and you're like, oh, the like, I want to know more about this sound. It's the same kind of thing I felt when I heard like Promiscuous by Nelly Furtado or even Future Sex Love Sounds, Justin Timberlake. And I was
God,
like,
you
I
just love
need
all
to
the
know
sex
who's behind
songs.
this. Yeah, it's
Pole dancing,
just a
promiscuous
kid wanting a
sex.
sexy song, you know?
Oh.
Okay, are we up to your number one?
Yeah. Um, I feel like we must have the same number one because we haven't
Surely. I'd be
mentioned it
very
yet.
surprised if we didn't.
Should we
Should
say
we
it
say
on
it on
3?
one? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ready?
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1. Mind
Toxic.
your business.
I was trying to think of a stupid song, but I wasn't quick enough.
Mind your
Mine's Hold Me
mind your
Closer.
You know what? Hold Me Closer was in my top 30.
It's a
You
bit
know
of
we
a banger,
love
I
that
will say.
song. Mine is also. I'm so glad that got you. I was like, oh, I feel like this would be a good gag for Sam. My number one is Toxic as well, obviously. What do you think? I mean, I just think it's one of the greatest pop songs of all time.
I totally agree. I mean, interestingly, my personal feelings about this song are not as strong as like my more like pop journalistic instincts about this song. I think purely because it's been so overplayed at this
Yeah.
point that maybe I don't feel the same about it anymore. But you know how we talked about the beginning of Baby One More Time and the da-na-na? Like, if you
Yeah.
want to know another like iconic first couple seconds, it's Toxic. Like
Yeah.
immediately the da-da-da-da-da. There's such an
Yeah.
urgency to this song. It's chaotic. It feels like messy, but it also feels like kind of perfectly clean at the same time. Britney is the perfect person to take on this song. It's just like, yeah, it's faultless. Like, how could you pick it apart?
Yeah. And it feels like a lightning in a bottle song. Like, you
Yeah.
can't really recreate something like this. Like, it was a moment for her for being like creative in pop music. Like, I don't think much like the sample of the like what's it called? The sample in the song was just like not samples that were being used like at the time frequently in pop music.
Oh,
Um
yeah. Yeah. No, totally new sound.
yeah, it's just like incredibly creative and fun and like yeah. Again, I can't think of another pop star who's had maybe like that kind of it's kind of like Bad Romance vibes or like
Yeah. It's total Bad Romance vibes.
yeah, just like it's almost impossible to recreate.
It doesn't it the fact that it is a perfect pop song despite doing so many things different to what the pop songs were at the time, I think is the biggest sign that it was totally ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Even the way that it goes from the verse into the chorus with the da 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 like and just like I don't know, it makes your heart beat. It's just got this really like anxious sort of energy to it, this like tension, this like sexual tension that just explodes in that chorus. It's so good.
This is why we love the song because it's anxiety, me, and sexual tension for you.
And the music video as well, one of her most, if we can use the word iconic just one more time.
Yeah.
It
Sorry, I said
is
that like 50
such a
times.
classic Britney video.
Although I always get this confused with I'm a Slave for You, I think. Like, you know, when you have this like incorrect memory and I like conflate the
Yeah,
two.
this is the plane.
Yeah, because this is where I, in my head, she's wearing the red latex. And I just always have that
The red
memory and it's
latex is
wrong.
Oops, I Did It Again.
Oh, oops, I did it again. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
always get them confused and I think she's dancing to Toxic in that red latex. I don't know.
Idiot.
Yeah, fool.
Um, well, that's it. That's our top 10. I mean,
We're
I'm
so
trying to think if
agreeable
there's
this
anything.
episode.
We were
I do
quite
have a
agreeable.
question. I've got a question. I actually asked around quite a few different people about their Britney Spears songs. And
Yeah.
apart from what I asked at my work colleagues, lots of people responded. Overprotected. One of my friends said that was in their top 3 and they wanted to know your opinion on it. And I actually do too.
It was one of the final ones that I cut. I think that
Okay.
it's really good. I think that again, like it describes where she was at that time really perfectly. I think that it is written by R. Kelly, which somewhat puts me off a little bit now.
Yeah, I think also Till the World Ends remix with Nicki and Kesha is like Dr. Luke.
Oh yeah, I'm surely probably a lot of that album is. I'm pretty sure this is R. Kelly. Oh, it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. Something one of hers was
Jeffrey
though.
Epstein.
It's one of Jeffrey's few
One of
pop
Jeffrey's
cuts.
writing credits.
The other ones that I was a bit sad to miss out on was I actually think Womanizer is really good.
Yeah, that was up there.
I think that Circus is really good as well.
Yeah. What about
Um
Work Bitch? Neither of us said that.
Work Bitch absolutely grinds my gears.
Oh my
I
God, I knew
hate
you
it.
would.
It's one of the few Britney Spears songs where she really didn't need to be there. Like you honestly could have put anyone in her place on that song.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like if you put anyone else in her place, it just wouldn't do well though.
No,
the
because
best
it's a
gym
shit
song.
song. I really like Radar.
Yeah.
I weirdly like her version of I Like Love Rock and Roll.
I was gonna say that next. I love that version. Bindi does too.
Yeah, it's just really like, I don't know, quite sultry.
Yeah. Also, I think Make Me is quite underrated.
I
don't
agree,
think it
but
did that
people
well.
don't like that song. I think that's a really good song.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it's not obviously top
It's
10
not top
singles
10
right up.
material, but
It's my top 30.
yeah, no, I think it's really good. The R. Kelly song is outrageous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, doesn't matter then. That's not very good. What about her S&M remix? Does that count?
Terrible.
I
One
love
of her
it.
number ones, actually. One of her 5 number ones.
Oh my God. If You See Me,
Yeah, that one's really
love
good.
that.
I actually think Slumber Party's really good with Tinashe.
Yeah, it's all right for me. Maybe not up there.
I
Where
mean,
is
we
Amy?
picked right with the top 10. Where were our
Yeah.
differences? Because I feel like we almost universally
know.
agreed, which is quite bizarre. I don't think you had I Want to Go or Break the Ice,
Yeah, exactly.
and I didn't have I'm Not a Girl.
No, Not a Girl wasn't in mine.
Oh, it wasn't. What was the other ballad
No.
that was in yours? Sometimes. I didn't have Sometimes.
And then what else wasn't in yours? Oh, You Drive Me Crazy, the Stop remix. That wasn't in yours.
But I did have You Drive Me Crazy without the Stop remix at number 11. So close.
Yeah, true. Oh God, we've literally had such similar.
We've agreed.
I wonder if it's based on our pop opinions or also just like a reflection of our time growing up with her music.
I think whereas the Harry Styles one, it was more difficult to judge it separately to our personal opinions because there hasn't been enough time for most of the songs to like see its stature in culture. Whereas these ones, like it's quite obvious now that Toxic is her trademark song. It's very difficult to deny.
Yeah.
But so next time we'll do a new artist so that we can argue a bit more about it. Next
Yeah.
episode we'll be ranking Sienna Spyro songs.
I was gonna say we could rank Adele songs, but I think we might be too similar. Who's someone we're so
No, we
opinionated
have to
about?
do Adele because both you and I like love Adele down. We need to do that.
Yeah, we should.
There'll be a lot of us trying to sing in that episode.
No, we're not.
I'll do my first live performance on that episode and I'll sing To Be Loved.
And I'll drink wine.
Well, if you're listening to this conversation, you probably deduced we don't know what the next episode is going to be.
Tell us what you want us to
join
do.
in. The next episode is actually, you will be getting 2 episodes a week from now on. You'll be getting an episode that's going to be very similar to this one, and you'll also be getting an episode with a guest. This week's guest is Lucy Dacus, so you can tune onto that. I'll be dropping it into your feeds on Saturday. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast or like it, whatever you're watching it on. Put a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. 5 stars as well if you feel that way. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us.